Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. I've done another video on Thailand Pass where we kind of talk about whether or not it's sort of a poison pill for tourism, but this video is more about why do we need this? I saw this at the beginning. I did not understand at the beginning of all this why a certificate of entry was needed. And then it was sort of explained to me, well, it's kind of the culmination of all the documentation associated with, the documentation associated with coming into Thailand. Then they moved to the Thailand Pass, which they said was more efficient, more streamlined. It sort of was in a way, but it still shades of gray. I didn't really find it, and a lot of the folks here in the office didn't really find it all that less cumbersome. But I mean, the question is, I really hope, and this is just me more kind of venting my hopes, if you will. I really hope policymakers really rethink the Thailand Pass generally, because I hope that this is not being trial ballooned as something we're just going to have, because I think it's really hurting tourism. We've already discussed that, but more to the point, what is the point at this, at this stage of the game? We're getting to the point where, okay, if it's to prove up your insurance or your RT-PCR test, I would think those documents in and of themselves prove that. We don't need this extra step wherein you have to put it in the system, it sends around and churns it, and sometimes it messes up, or sometimes it asks for more stuff and then comes back to you. I just don't see where having folks who just want to come to Thailand and relax, we're having those folks churn through like a front-loaded bureaucracy is a particularly good idea. Now that said, I know it's just one man's opinion, but more to the point, if all is necessary, and we've discussed this in other videos, it looks like from May 1 on, it's basically a matter of proving either PCR test or vaccine status. If that's going to be all that's necessary, can't that just be done in and of itself? Can't that documentation just be self-evident? Why is it necessary to have this extra bureaucratic churn in order to enter the Kingdom of Thailand?